is going to be. And you would have known those who are going to participate in what is called the referendum. Nigeria won't survive another war. But you see what these guys are doing? Others are saying it's not going to be war, it's going to be revolution. I don't care what you call it. The day everyone actually rises, Nigeria won't survive it. But until then, Akuri Nigalailai from UAE, Dubai again, the place you went and you lied. Now you are back there and you are lying again. But I'm so sorry, I want you to listen to this. They are talking about power generation and distribution in Nigeria. So they are giving you 2 years. You are going to get 12,000 megawatts of electricity. Luriro. I'm sorry that I have to play it, but I can stop it midway. Listen to this. Lies.
Of those things that factored into the slowdown of the implementation of the Siemens agreement. That was 2 years gone. Then, obviously, you also had a failed implementation on the part of some Nigerian officials who simply did not live up to the vision of President Muhammadu Buhari within the power sector. It's no secret that President Muhammadu Buhari did sack a minister of power during that time. These were some of the challenges without going too deep into the past. It's safe to say that it was not well implemented. It's safe to say that there were a lot of factors as to why it didn't work out. But we are forward-looking. We're not making excuses. Under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, what has happened is that in the last within the last 2 to 3 months, the German chancellor and the Nigerian president have met on 4 different occasions. First time was in September on the sidelines of the G20, which led to a state visit by German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to Abuja on October 29th. Which led to the participation of President Bola Tinubu at the Germany in November 20th. And of course, just 10 days later, we have a new agreement signed. Now, why is this important and how does this factor into the initial agreement? First of all, it's important to understand that this agreement is dealing solely with transmission. We recognize that today in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we have power generation capacity of about 12,000 to 13,000 megawatts. What this agreement seeks to do is to ensure that we can effectively evacuate all of the generated power in the country across a transmission grid that is now going to be fully modernized and capable of transmitting all generated power in the country to homes and businesses and industries across the nation. So that is what this agreement deals with. Now, this agreement is the first phase of the other phases of the agreement. Now, this first phase is dealing with transmission. It is timed for 18 to 24 months. I want to be clear about this. 18 to 24 months. We expect that the transmission grid, based on this agreement, will now have end-to-end modernization with all Siemens supplied and inculcated products, meaning that they're not only going to supply the substations and the 11,000 kilometers worth of power lines, et cetera, but they're also going to be installing their infrastructure. So it's a
if I may jump in quickly, let me ask you. So what it then means is that the Siemens deal will deliver to Nigeria an added 12,000 megawatts. Is that right?
No, this phase of the agreement does not add 12,000 megawatts that does not currently exist. That is not what it does. What it does is the current power generation capacity in Nigeria today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, today is 12,000 megawatts. We have the capacity to generate 12,000 megawatts in Nigeria today. The issue has been about stranded power and the
nuisance Lele.
I don't want to bore you too much. He's talking nonsense. And that's why he's trying to twist it and turn it around and twist it and say one thing here and try to twist it again, because he wanted to kind of make a false impression by making false representation of things. All those are just talks, jargons. But he just had to. So on the one hand, they are looking to generate 12,000. On another hand, no, they have it already. They just need to distribute it. So they are signing a 12,000 distribution agreement. Person will no generate electricity won't go distribute them. And that's the agreement. So in 2 years' time, it's going to take 2 years' time for them to be able to distribute that 12,000. For God's sake, man. There is no way out. Economies doesn't grow where you have no power, electricity. You must have 24 hours electricity for your industries to grow. And once your industries are, the industry machines are running, jobs will be created. Taxes will be paid, and on like that. And if you remain consistent like that, the economy will become, you know what I mean, balance. And then it will start improving, and standard of life will be, these things are, they are not rocket science. Or you are not going to get electricity in the next 4 years. Write that one down. But that's how they will be sounding. They will be sounding. But meanwhile, in that same Dubai, it can't be like, say, nobody know them. I told you, whenever they are going on all these trips, you will think, say, they are the ones who are hosting the event. City Fnumbu, the demented Koolu. Look at him, probably lost. I don't know. It seems lost, right? See here, look at all the crowd that people you are paying for sleeping in Burj Khalifa in UAE, sleeping in the presidential suits. Look at them. Being no Congo lost. They are now say, please, we are looking for a man. A man is missing, and is 5'2", and he has dementia. He doesn't have his mind all the time anyway. So they called them to come and take pictures. I don't know if some of you have seen this. Remember that whenever Koolu is out there, it is either they will put him at the far end of the group photograph. It's gotten so it's becoming so embarrassing. Like, why? And sometimes you will see him just standing like somebody will say, nah, all this private security that you hire to be watching as a guard at your meetings, right? In case if you need anything. Or a completely lost person. This time around in Dubai, where they are talking about climate change. Yeah, that's why they were there. Climate change. COP 28 or so. So Koolu, they wanted to take pictures. She Koolu wa Kireni. Is Koolu too small? Is Nigeria this small? I'll show you something first. I'll come back to it.
Your Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished guests, if you wouldn't mind looking towards the media bank all at one time with a big smile, I'd be very grateful. Thank you so much.
She's blocking. I'm sorry. She's blocking the president of Nigeria. Sir, she's blocking the president of Nigeria. So can she move a little bit? Thank you.
Do we all have clear?
She's like, excuse me? You are blocking the president of Nigeria. Like, the president of Nigeria is too small for you to see? How can the president of Nigeria be in a room? Of course, that's the king. Okay? The king of England. King Charles. So is the biggest personality in that room, no doubt. But those were other presidents there. Supposed world leaders. President of Nigeria is in a room. And somebody walked in and they just probably felt like he wasn't even there. Do you get what I mean? Like, why? Of course, it can't be like say we dey take things too much. I'll show you again. I'll come back to it again. You see that woman behind King Charles? You see that woman? It's like that woman is asking that, sorry, who are you again? It's me. I'm the Nigeria president. I'm Nigeria president. So, oh, excuse me. Look at that again. Let's get petty.
Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished.
Did you see that? The woman behind King Charles, right? On the right-hand side, she was like, and that's what you do. Sorry, who are you again? I am the Nigeria president. Oh, okay. Let's take pictures. I'll show you again.
Your Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished.
And then the woman that is greeting the king. How could she just not even like, or am I overreacting? Somehow, like, is this not so sort of embarrassing and at the same time so sort of cringing? Like, or is it just me?
Your Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished guests, if you wouldn't mind looking towards the media bank all at one time with a big smile, I'd be very grateful. Thank you so much.
She's blocking. I'm sorry, she's blocking the president of Nigeria. Oh shit. Sir, she's blocking the president of Nigeria. So can she move a little bit? Thank you.
Do we all have clear?
Awkward. You know, this all the words that comes to your mind, like, oh, awkward, oh, cringy, oh, that's embarrassing, oh, that is insulting. Some of you will feel insulted, like, what? That's what they do. They always feel, Baba, calm down, Jerry. In Yoruba land, there's something called Irinisi Unisonilojo. And I think the English meaning of that is the way you dress is how you are dressed. I'm just saying, I don't know if they are the same. The way you dress is how you are dressed. So if somebody like this, see somebody like this on the street, you know, go to say maybe now one kind of demand that needed carers, or who are these people around him? If you see something like, not me. I am only trying to put the pieces together, because that's what they were doing in that place. In case if they keep telling you that some people are signing billions, they are signing trillions, they are bringing trillions. The ones they told you 6 months ago, 5 months ago, India, France, Germany, Equatorial Guinea, where else again? Even America, they have not added a penny to your deals. Rather, they've only managed to get money to borrow. And then there's some Bambi alas here and there, where they gave them millions, there 2 million, there 3 million, there, and all of that stuff. What have they been able to bring back? Because that's what they have been doing around there. Just so you know. I don't know why I just wanted you to manage your disappointment, not even your expectation this time around, okay? So talking about expectation and all that, I've been seeing reactions since they played the Tifnumbu's anthem at the National Assembly. Here you get. And a lot of people are beginning to feel like, well, the journey go long go by the time these people are done with you and all of that. But they have started defending it. And as usual, yeah, they will defend it and until it becomes something that they will tell you, why are you complaining about it? And then it will become something you get punished for not doing. Here you get. But we'll come back to that. Election happened in Kogi. And I have shared the election of Kogi and the reactions to that with you a few times, right? But again, one we just up, we say, Omo, I don't know if I should say it shocked me or just to say I'm not surprised or not that surprised. Here it is. INEC in Nigeria, the one conducting election, they are also the ones who have the written results before election. Now, when they finish elections and they declare results, now you will be told to go to court. Now, on your way to court, I'm coming.
I'm here this morning to address the press and everybody here that Kogi State is peaceful. The election we had, the INEC conduct free and fair election.
I'm coming back to that. So they will tell you to go to court. Now, you can't really go to court without the document used in conducting the election, because that's what you want to challenge. Then the INEC who conducted the election would now refuse to give you the documents. Then the court will begin to now issue orders to INEC to give you the document they used in conducting the election you participated in. So by the time the INEC finally agrees to give you the documents, it will be too late. So the court will now blame you that you did not submit your evidence in time. And therefore, your case, for technical reason, your case lacks evidence. So you have no case. But the one I haven't seen is to see the young people protested that INEC should not follow the law and they must not release the documents used in conducting the elections in Kogi State. Young people. So in case some of you feels like our leaders is a problem, these people, our country is cursed with leaders. Nigeria is cursed with so many things. Here you get, not just your leaders. And this is one of them.
I'm here this morning to address the press and everybody here that Kogi State is peaceful. The election we had, the INEC conduct free and fair election. And we want to support what the INEC have done, that everybody should go peace in the society. We don't want problem. A lot of persons or individuals who want to access the INEC material, we don't want such individual to have access to it. What we are saying here today, the election is credible and free and fair. Anybody can go to election and lose. We want the society, the security agency to help us talk to Ajaka. No individual is above the law. He cannot take law into his hand. We heard what he's trying to do to access the INEC office so that he can manipulate his way. Election has come and we have won. APC have won gallantly and the society is peaceful. Yeah. We don't want problem in our society. The security agency, the message is clear. Talk to Ajaka and let him accept defeat. Thank you. My name is Honorable Jimo Sule.
Young people. The people who are ready to sacrifice not 4, not 8, not 12, not 16, not 20, not 24, not even 28 years of their lives chasing crumbs and defending same, hoping that one of these days they will also cash out. Like, I don't think I'm that prepared for that, right? Anyway, that's from Kogi. Let's go to Abuja. Okay, where Wike versus the homeowners in Abuja have been slugging it out. Well, first, Ireti Kinjibe, that their senator, having a chat with Wike. Let's start with that.
Honorable Minister, I commend your efforts so far and your boldness, but I also think that your priorities are not people-friendly. Number one, and also certain things. I was on the board of Abuja Investment, of which Abuja Mass Transit is a subsidiary. Those buses, we have done them before, and within a few years, by the time your tenure finishes, all those buses will be dead. In the last 6 years, it was worked on to concession Abuja Mass Transit. Back and forth, FCDA board sat on it. I don't remember the name of the company. They created a committee that recommended to the board to concession those buses. And those people, from what we gather, were going to put smart buses, and they were going to be using CNG. Now, I think that 3 billion could be better used some other way than putting them back in reviving those that, and truthfully, we assessed those buses and we were told just a fraction of them can actually be repaired. So you would actually need to buy fresh buses, which it doesn't make sense to do, to buy petrol buses or diesel buses at this point in time. That's one of my observations. Now, the other one, I want to go to the construction of the Millennium and Cultural Center. Sir, I understand that it's a laudable project if we had the money, but I think that right now, where we are in this country in terms of where the people are, they need more intervention. When these projects are seen being built, it just does not sit well with them because they don't benefit from it. They just see it as things we, the elites, do for our own self-aggrandizement or satisfaction or whatever. I really feel the budget, finishing all those other roads, I commend you, but those two projects, the cultural center and the rehabilitation of the buses, I would like you to do a rethink on them.
We did not award it.
Did you get that? This was like them having conversation around their budget. You understand where Wike want to build vice president's house with 15 billion naira. Okay? They want to spend billions of naira to renovate old buses that were already like mismanaged. They wanted to build an arcade or something like that in Abuja with 4 billion. Okay? And there she was like, man, I mean, why don't you concentrate on things that have immediate benefits? We commend you on the road. We commend you. Anyway, I'm sorry, you have to listen to Wike at this part. There's another one.
I really feel the budget, finishing all those other roads, I commend you, but those two projects, the cultural center and the rehabilitation of the buses, I would like you to do a rethink on them.
We did not award this job. We cannot allow projects awarded by government to be abandoned. That's a waste of funds itself. You mean we started the project, spent about 40 billion, and then we'll abandon the project? That is not a priority. Cultural center for tourism, for even our own children to go and see. Most of us will travel overseas and go to the museum, cultural center. Oh, look at how this is, look at what this is. I think that is a priority for this country. It is a priority. And it's a revenue source for the country. It's a revenue source for the country. I do not, with all due respect, I do not agree that this is not a priority. If we can spend, if we will go and spend 40 billion naira starting a project, then midway, we come back to abandon that is not a priority. That is not correct. It's not only rich people that will go and visit those areas. It's not correct. You take school children to go and see the area. Some of them will tell their parents, we want to go there and see this and look at this. And anything that will create money for government cannot be something that is not a priority. Two, you talk about buses. I want to also inform. See, government has a responsibility. If you want us first to say concession, people ask, yes, you can do concession, or you can allow PPP, have an arrangement of PPP. But before that, what have you done? The mere fact that there was an administration that he failed yesterday does not mean that this one
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
Bawere is fighting for his own continue. His priority. What do you mean it's not priority? It's tourism. All of una where they look for money where you gonna go take feed. Your children will just have to come and say they want to go to the National Theatre. I want to go to Silverbed. How many of you children, if you tell you they won't go Silverbed? Let's be honest. How many of you told your parent that you want to go to? I'm not saying it's not good. Do you get that? But concentrating on the roads, infrastructures, and like that, with the scarce resources, they will go a long way than for the children of the elite to be rich to be able to go to the Abuja National Theatre, the national whatever. But Alaye he said he didn't award the contract, so he has to complete it. Here you get. We cannot say it's not priority. It must be priority. In 2010, they said Goodluck Egbere Jolantan awarded the construction of a new vice presidential house, vice presidential villa for 7 billion naira. So Jonathan has paid 5 billion, remaining 2 billion. But the project no pass foundation. So with a Wike, want to make sure they complete it now that they have reassessed it. It's going to cost Abuja people 15 billion naira. So you cannot tell him it's not priority. But where are you going to get the money from? All of them go pay, including all of them will say you have been landlords in Abuja 10, 20, 30 years, no matter how. You have your CFO and the rest of that's your business. So Tifnubu has given them the authority to go ahead and cancel your CFO if you don't pay 3.5 million naira to recertify your CFO. Una go pay. But it be like some people can't take on personal here. Mr. Minister, Wike was like, when I'm talking, you don't talk. Listen to this.
Honorable colleagues, before we round up our meeting, Honorable Minister, there is a request from one of my leaders with the issue of estate certification. Estate certification in Abuja that we knew previously, certificates are given according to areas. Payment on certificates on estates should be done according to areas. For instance, somebody that occupies a 3-bedroom in Gorimpa and a 3-bedroom in Maitama, if you put a flat rate for you to pay, I think there won't be any justice there. So I'm coming on, Minister. I remember when I was staying in a flat in Museju, one of my friends stays in Kubo would pay a different fee to this certificate. So I think you should look at it. You should tell your tax force, look at the payments. Somebody residing in Asokoro, somebody residing in Maitama, somebody residing in Museju, fine, they can pay what you say. But if you are residing down Gorimpa, it will be very difficult. Please, Honorable Minister, look and review your. Okay.
CFO is not given based on 1-bedroom flat. CFO is not given based on 5-bedroom. CFO is the CFO. What you pay differently is ground rent. In ground rent, what you pay here is not what by the size. That's what ground rent is based on the size of the land. Application. No. But let me see that. If you say so, you may be living in a 1-bedroom flat today, they give you CFO. Tomorrow you clean down the house and build a 5-bedroom house.
Okay, Honorable Minister. In CFOs, in an offer, they normally give anybody. You see, the bill they give him for payment of CFO for Maitama differ from the bill they give him to pay for CFO in Kubo from the same FCT.
No, I don't see that.
Yes.
This is my job, no?
Let them deny. See your ears here.
They have no powers to speak.
Yes.
So what I've told you is what FCT does. You don't enter what I'm saying. If they do that, then the problem with we have met with stakeholders. We met with stakeholders. So it was not a decision taken alone by FCT. The town proposed something. So we took the town hall meeting where developers and those who bought were all there. Of course, argument counter argument. So we have reduced it down to that. And you know this, even if we put it 1 naira, some people will still say reduce it. You didn't know what it costs us now. With the security features we have to print one CFO. What will it cost us to put in security features in one person's CFO? What will cost us to operate? And it don't be done by security so it's not about going to anybody to go and print CFO. So in as much
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Do you hear that? It is not about what the FCT authority says. It is about what I say. Then he started toasting them with, do you know how much it cost us to put security on your CFO? PayPal, CFO na PayPal, government document that you can now have this big stamp and just be like, and punch it and make it original. Here you get government paper. We be saying when you print them, if you want print security inside, you want put one line in inside, you can put out, that's it. But what really happened is that it's not the papers that matter. It is the document on government file that matters, which mostly should be online and accessible to everyone anyway. But he started toasting them with, we have reduced. That was when they were discussing on reducing. Let the people who are there, the real government civil servants who are there, let them talk. This is how it's done and all of that. And there are actually like, what do you call it? Some laws that back that. And he was like, let them deny it. Because I know they cannot talk. They don't talk when I'm talking. That's what he meant. I'm the boss. I've told you, I'm the law. I'm the, like the emperor. He's the governor of Abuja, as they will say. When we leave Abuja, come down small, which is come down south, where Shehu first. You know something about criminal politicians in Nigeria that really sort of doesn't really baffle me anymore, but it's sort of makes me angry. Or I don't know. Or indifferent, I don't know. Because it's so tricky, it's fraudulent. When they are having elections, they will be sharing Okadas, that is motorcycles. Then after elections, they will now ban commercial motorcycles and they will start taking them away. So, and it's always like that, every 4 years like that. So they caught this in Lagos. Some people say, oh, my ego is there, so dangerous is for security reason. I agree with you. I'm just trying to say, isn't that madness? That the same people who actually gathered to take Okada from these politicians before election, and after election, they will take it from them under different disguise and all that. It's like the devil giving you something and then taking something from you again. Because when they take the bikes from them, they leave them with what you now see around today, the depression and all of that stuff. This man said, since Tifnubu became your president, more people have you now have more lunatics on the street. Do you remember him? Bismarcky. He said more people are now mad in Lagos since Koolu became your president. Or you think it's only in Lagos? You just need to see what it is like to survive in Soludom's Anambra, Onitsha to be precise. Have you been there? No? Oh, let me show you what life is like. Every day in the States, led by a supposed former central bank governor, a professor. Nigeria, Otifori for fancy. We'll stop at Onitsha a bit, talking about a place there, a country that Otifori gate, Otifori fancy. Watch this.
Ndị nọ n'ọpa iwe ka sị na ha na-ewepụtara ha by gọvanọ n'ọsọludo wepụtara afa ha sị na ha na-ejide ndị na-ga-esi n'elu wee cross ifefa na-eme bụ akpọpụta gị ha ga-eji aka ha krọsọ gị eti gị na moto buru gị gaa na holiday resort ewe ka esi mee ha before ha kwụsị ịrụ ọrụ mana according to information on ground we were able to know that na somebody a na-akpọ Igbo Eze enyere anti-touting, they in charge anti-touting. No, ya ka hana work under, and we are rightly told na hana settle there every morning, hana settle there every day, and then what they are doing to our people here is very, very bad. It's very uncalled for. They will take you from this place and take you to holiday. This is Opiweka, opposite. This is pedestrian bridge Opiweka, opposite Chisco, opposite Chisco. Ndị be anyị na-abịa n'afịa fa na-emefe ahụ ma ndị na-abata abata ịwọchi ga-apụta young guy na-akụ akpa n'ebe a ha na-ekwu okwu. Yes, that guy na ha ga-ebute moto kịta tinye ya na moto buru ya gaa holiday resort. So ebe awa ka a na-edi ukwu awa people ha ruo ebe a ha ga-asa achị gị everything iji ha ga-take care from you. Ijide ego ha ga-ransack ya, ijide ATM ha ga-eme kicho ha na ya na akaụntụ gị fụ na nnukwu ego dị ya. They will just collect every fucking damn thing from you. Then ọ bụ na nnukwu ego adịghị ya ị ga-anọ ebe a kpọọ mmadụ ime transfer. Failure to do that ị ga-anọ ebe a so m ga-echere ka ha bute moto ha ji abịa eburu ndị mmadụ ka iwe nwee ike fụ ya ị na-anya fụ na ọ dịcha clear maka anọ mfa wee na-ebido ndewo ka our PM biko ka ị neba ihe anya ife adịgo too much a na-ezuzu ndị be anyị ochi nke a nabata Disemba ndị be anyị anwụkwa na-agwụ ụmụnna anyị ga-azige obodo ebe tere aka bata abatagide ruo ebe anọ ebe arọ ọbụọ ha this guy na watch fụna transfer ka ọ na-achọ ime na phone ya etu a ka a na-esi eme ndị be anyị ebe a m ga-echere ka ha bute shọtụ ha na-eji wee abịa krọsị ndị mmadụ na-efe ya ọfụma.
So the tout as they are as authoritative as the government. So that's what they do there. They obtain people, they extort people, that's the word. And these are touts who can stop you, search you, bill you if you are a driver, you know what I mean, like tax you like the Agbiru and all of that. And unfortunately, they said majority of them actually have the authority of Soludombu. Are you with me? And that's what like everyday life of some. So if you are in Lagos and you're like, man, you just need to visit so many other places and see what people are being subjected to. When you look at Nigeria problem, when you look at Tifnubu and the APC, and you look at Nigeria problem, Nigeria problem is too. Now I want you to kind of imagine Nigeria problem in 36 places and tell me that you will still believe that Nigeria will make them. How? Not this way. Trust me. And with this division, the confusion here and there, Shehu himself, Shehu Kuti, has added his own voice to the now who founded Lagos. Every time I see their views, I'm going to share them with you. Remember, Shewun's view is Shewun's view. And I want you to listen.
that it is not acceptable. Like when I go there, shout, Lagos is Igbo land, Yoruba land. Lagos is white man. Go to Ministry of Land in Lagos. See what Yoruba people, how many percentage of Lagos do Yoruba people own? How much of the land? How much of the? Go and look at it. The whole Nigeria. How much? Look at your oil industry. Who is controlling it? It's there. They hide it in plain sight. It is hidden in plain sight. Eco Hotel. That's the most expensive real estate in the whole Lagos. Who owns it? Is it you? Have you seen Eco Hotel real estate? Now, Eco Atlantic is an extension of Eco Hotel owned by the same foreigners. Is it you that own it? You don't own anything in your country. Look at your the phones you use. MTN is South Africa. I wouldn't be happy if it was white South Africa, black South Africa, but MTN is still white South Africa. It's still the Europeans that are dominating our brothers in South Africa that own it, bring their money that they've stolen from our own brothers there to come and steal our own money again in Nigeria. Airtel, is it from your country? Nine mobile. Now basically we take and pay now. We 80 sellers, give us dirty slap, carry all our money wrong. Go to your oil business. The upstream where the money of the oil business is. How many of your countrymen operate in the upstream sector? How many of them compete with Shell and Chevron and Mobil and Texaco and ELF and all these huge European companies and BP, all draining Nigeria's oil? All your farming in Nigeria, go and look at it. Who do you think they are farming for? They are farming to export. They are all subsidiaries of European companies. Go to your banks, the banks in Nigeria, all these big banks, this, all this. Go and look at the shareholders of their bank. How many percentage of those banks do they own? Go and look at it. I know for a fact that Carlyle Group is the majority shareholder in Access Bank. It came out when Access Bank acquired Diamond Bank that the Carlyle Group was angry, and they wrote a letter exposing that they were the majority shareholders. That how dare this company, how can they do the merger without taking permission from them first? Basically, that was what the letter was about. That why would they do the merger without their permission first? Imagine these Oyibos coming to tell us that we shouldn't rescue ourselves financially. Anyway, that's another story entirely. Where is it? What do you own? Absolutely nothing in the country. We're all shouting, Igbo is this, Yoruba is that. We own nothing. And these elites, these politicians, they are willing, this little 20 to 30% that they are allowed to control in their own country. They are happy with it because it allows them to send their children to Europe and America to buy the best houses, to buy the best cars, that Oyibo make with the money. Buy the best houses in the Oyibo land, keep the money in the Oyibo bank. You know, it allows them to access whiteness.
Otidoju and saying, so Sheun came and he broke the table of bigotry, tribalism, ethnicism. He asked all of us, genuinely, what do we own? That you were born as either Hausa Fulani, as Yoruba or Igbo. What do you really think you own? Personally, in Nigeria of today, like genuinely. And then you realize that your ethnicism, your tribalism, your bigotry, your religious fanaticism, none of this is going to pay your bill or feed you per se. Other than to feed the lifestyle of the elite who enjoys this division so much. Igbo versus Yoruba, Yoruba versus Hausa, Hausa versus Fulani, and the rest of that. If you look around, our commonwealth have been mortgaged. The resources on our land and under our land, they have been mortgaged. They are not owned by us. And that is why the wealth of the land is not seen in the lives of the indigenous people, the people of the land. Now, when you begin to ask yourself, what do we own? Go, self. What exactly? That's when you realize that, what do you call it? Your ethnicism, tribalism, and all those things that a lot of you want to use as supremacy and better pass you stuff are pointless, useless. So Tosheun, until when you can really have a real connection to that same land, your ancestral land, where you have real connection. The real connection means that you are connected with the wealth of your land, and it reflects in your lives. Until then, everybody just brag on empty brag. Last. She already said that place is not reformable. Reform Nigeria. In Showore's words, though.
I'm a lawyer too, by way of how many times